Pardon me, I just wanted to tell you that I love you. There's a thundercloud of my affection hanging right above you. I know you never asked to have my lightning in your veins, but you're not getting my rainbow if you don't sit through my rain. But maybe all my colors are too vibrant and too bright. There's dizzying prismatic fractals breaking up my light, and my ever-changing weather's never ever getting better. I'm sorry I can't forecast to keep you from getting wetter. I promise I'm not trying to send all my storms your way. It's just my desperate attempts to hold you, make sure that you stay. The heat that beats your body as your weakened feet are trotting, it's just my way of saying that I want to feel you on me. Wait. No, I didn't mean to say that. When you open your umbrella, then I know it's time to face facts. All I ever wanted was to give you the sun. You soak it up, then when my clouds come rolling in, you're done. I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. Look, I know that you don't like the fact that my weather can change, and I honestly can't blame you for not wanting to stay, but I'm not the tropics, the islands, the sand, or the sun. So you can have all of me, or you can have none. Do you remember the story of Pinocchio? Wooden joints and chipped paint brought him shame. Lately, I have been thinking he and I might be one and the same. Pinocchio wants to change his body. I want to be a real boy, he cries. More than anything else in the world, believe me, Pinocchio, so do I. My body is wooden and awkward and wrong. I have a rib cage fashioned from tongue depressors, and my chest has been pressed for too long. I've got strings pulling me, holding me back, holding me down, choking me out. My strings, they are pulling me into the mirror and stuffing my toy brain with doubt. Yes, I know what it's like to feel fake, to not really feel like I'm me. Put this doll back on the shelf, plastic imitation of who I should be. And yes, my nose grows every time that I lie. My nose grows every time that I dare to say pride. My nose grows when I say that I'm proud to be me. I've made peace with this piece of my identity. I want to be. I think this model was fashioned improperly, property, not designed the way that I ought to be, bodily. Bad thoughts always got to me. Don't want to turn out the way that you thought I'd be, not what you want to see. I want to be a real boy. What the fuck does that mean? I guess, for me, to look how I feel, to smooth out my rough edges and seams, to touch my own skin without splinters, to afford surgery to cut off the strings. I want to be a fairy tale too, no longer the puppet, but maybe the master. I guess what I truly would wish for is a happily ever after. To feel what you feel. It's a gift, so I'm told, but it's lost the appeal. I love like cut me open and pour me in your veins. I give like aching sleepless nights to help you through your pain. I care like if you need me, you get everything I've got. I fall apart for others, and I don't know how to stop. They're teaching us the golden rule, and at face value it's nice. A simple rule of kindness, it's basic, precise, but I never learned when to say no or refuse. I just opened myself for the taking. I never learned how fucked up unconditional would make me. 'Cause this golden rule's brittle, it's gotten me used, sitting in therapy for the abuse. My skin is all sliced from searching through pyrite. You know I'm not sleeping, I'm bleeding in the night, and I still care for people who hurt me. I still love the ones who deserve me. My empathy's beaten, broken, and worse. This isn't a gift. It's more like a curse. You tell jokes just because you know they're gonna make me scoff. It's like we spent the past 4 years getting to know each other just so we could piss each other off. We push each other's buttons like it's our damn full-time job, but I can tell you're trying not to smile when you tighten up your jaw, and somehow I get giddy when I make you irritated, when the fire burning in your eyes is one that I created, and maybe when you make me mad I'm actually elated 'cause I fucking love the attention. But you'll never hear me say it. Sometimes you and I ride the line, like looking in your eyes summer nights. Is it a crime that sometimes you and I can feel a little bit divine? I'm not gay for you, I'm just saying. Sometimes I get cravings, I save shavings of memories of you and me, shavings in a box that I throw underneath. They're not important to me, it's just that I know exactly where they are at all times. And I open up the memories whenever I need to smile. I'm not gay for you. I'm just saying, sometimes when I watch you grin, I tend to linger on your lips. Sometimes when we laugh, it feels like bliss and my heart skips, leaps, and jumps. Sometimes we share a bed, and every one of those moments puts us closer to the edge. I'm not gay for you. I'm just writing you a poem, which, yeah, is pretty fucking gay. I'm just saying, sometimes I put on horror movies just for an excuse to hold you. Sometimes I think about camping when we huddled in the cold, too. Sometimes when you tease me, the anger turns to butterflies. Sometimes I have dreams about you that make it hard to look you in the eyes. I'm just saying, I don't know where we're going, but it's okay to take it slow. I'm saying that I love you. But, like, no homo, bro. Hi, okay, I cannot give anymore. What? I cannot give anymore. Fuck, but my whole personality's built around kindness, and if I can't give, then I'm what? Stuck, so let's work this out. What's wrong with your heart? It won't come out, no, it won't even start. And then moving on, what's wrong with your brain? It yearns for the past, but it won't be the same. It's clear to see, you've got a disease. What's the disease? Well, it's called empathy. It means you'll give blood till there's none left to bleed. But I do not want to be kind. What? I only want to survive. No, this effort's exhausting, it's getting me nowhere, and where does that leave me? Alone. You do not have a choice. The honey slips into your voice. Kindness flows through your veins. That is something that cannot be changed. Caring is what fulfills you. Learn to harness it before it kills you. I don't understand what it is I'm doing wrong. I've been going back and forth on who to blame for so long. Like maybe everyone I've loved was a heartless piece of shit. They took advantage of me because they're cruel and sick. But is it worse if I'm the one who broke us all apart, gave too much or too little? I was careless with their hearts. If my love was acidic, leaving destruction in its wake. If my love was fake, if I made myself the victim because I couldn't look my mistakes in the face, it was too much to take. Some days I picture myself in the grave, but a picture's worth 1,000 words, so what do you have to say? Nothing? Huh. I guess I took your words away. Maybe it's 'cause you don't give a shit. Or maybe you just don't care about me quite the way I thought you did. I never knew I could run back to someone so desperately, but I also never knew I could feel so alone, selfish. 'Cause when you get hurt over and over again, you build up a shell, emotional exoskeleton, and at this point I'm not letting anybody in, and I blame it all on you for not checking in. I'm selfish. But I'm tired. And I never ever knew that I could feel so alone. I fold in on myself, like a flower that's been drowned, like gasping for breath because my rib cage is compressing. The water pressure keeps my lungs tight, shoulders tight, my spine curling over like a stem that's oversaturated. It's not that the watering can was filled too full, more like I ended up being the wrong kind of flower. I was expecting to be something else before I finally bloomed, so I guess I'll have to be trimmed, or just painted over, like color me an outlier, or maybe I'm just being dramatic. I try to self-define, but I don't want this to define me. Then again, there's no way to overlook it. My seeds came with a different label. I don't want to be labeled, just paint over me. I don't mind. I'm just trying not to drown. I had a dream last night where I punched you in the face. You were being annoying, so I punched you in the face. I might have broken your nose. There was blood on my fist. You fell over backwards. I wish it had been funny. I wish it would have been an over-the-top, ridiculous dream where I punched you in the face for being annoying, and maybe it felt satisfying, or even good. And then we all laughed and moved on. I punched you in the face last night, and it was gut-wrenching. Do you know what I did afterwards? I ran to get you tissues. And I held you. And I tried to make it better. I wiped the blood from your face, and the only words left in my throat were, "I'm sorry," until I couldn't breathe. Inhale oxygen, exhale apologies. Why did I wake up crying? You are the last person on earth who deserves my help. But I gather up the bloody tissues in the hopes that I will be looked in the eyes and told I love you. I want to be told I love you. I want someone to hold me and hear my words, and I want to feel loved as a person and not as a commodity. People love me for my empathy, but my stock is running very low, and I am tired of feeling like when my capacity to give runs out, so does my worth. I punched you in the face last night. A long time coming, well-earned swing. But I will always come running back to you to bandage your wounds. Love stresses me out way more than it should. I think it's supposed to make me happy and make my heart feel good. I think I'm supposed to feel butterflies in my stomach. I don't think I love you is supposed to make me feel sick. It's not caring about others, although that part's hard too. I can handle giving, wishing, pining over someone new, but when you start to care about me and show me that I matter, my instinct is to run and hide and tell my heart to scatter. I'm afraid. So afraid. Feeling like I'm needed, missed, and wanted is unheard of. Or maybe the tune's familiar, but the tone was an awful, bruising, sort of painful, sort of horrid, sort of black it out and then don't ever, ever, ever let this happen to you again. Sweet nothing stressed me out, like nothing I felt before, like the nothing I felt when I couldn't be helped and he didn't care anymore. I think I'm supposed to feel butterflies in my stomach. I don't think I love you is supposed to make me feel sick. I don't think honey baby darling is supposed to make me cry, but my brain flashes warning signs at anything that's kind, because kindness is bait. It's a lure. It's the prologue to destruction. I don't even know how to love. I just know how I'm programmed to function. I think I'm supposed to feel butterflies. Why do these butterflies hurt so much? Why do these butterflies hurt so fucking much? It's getting hard to breathe. Everything inside me is telling me to flee. When I got to know you, caterpillars started to hatch, and I've had larvae in my tummy just waiting for me to catch feelings. Or at least that's how we phrase it. My stomach bugs squirmed and twisted my innards so violent that I could taste it. I think I'm supposed to feel butterflies. But my larva cocooned, shriveled, and died. Dissect one, you'll see that they tried to grow wings, but as you may find, they turned into monsters instead. The corpses, part butterfly, part trauma the past lodged in their heads, and when you ask for love, I vomit insects instead. The fog of self-preservation makes it hard to bring the memories center. But I'll tell you something about my past that I don't quite remember. His heart only knew how to beat in the sense that it gave me bruises. His heart was pounding in the sense that I came home crying, broken psyche, knots of anxiety, and I grew to understand that as love. I'm sorry I can't love you like a normal fucking person. I can't imagine why for me there's absolutely nothing worse than the knowledge that you care about me, that I'm important to you, no matter how many times you say it. I don't believe it's true. I wish that you'd give up on me and let my insects die. I wish that you would run away. I wish you wouldn't try. I don't want to hurt you, baby. But when I look into your face, I can't help but see the wrath of the lover who chained me here in the first place. 12 days from today, I'm going under the knife. Takes one big slice to cut you out of my life. Okay, maybe 2. Okay, maybe 4. You can't blame me. I've never done this before. I have to be honest and say I'm not gonna miss you, but with the harm that you've caused, it might be hard to dismiss you. And in fairness, you've been with me since I was a kid. It might be hard to part ways despite all that you did. Am I nervous? Yeah, I'm fucking terrified of the pain and the process and what it'll look like, but it's gonna be okay. At least I know that. In fact, it might help to take a look at the facts. Fact number 1, this has to be done. Fact number 2, I'll be better without you. Fact number 3, I'm becoming who I want to be. And fact number 4, I cannot wait anymore. 12 days from today put me under the blade. After all these years they will take you away, and maybe someday you will have my forgiveness, but you made me suicidal, never thought I'd outlive this. 12 days from today I'm going under the knife. I'm so fucking ready to cut you out of my life, cause this one day has been my lifelong. Eventually I'm finally becoming the man that I'm meant to be.